Okay, well, we started out strong. It was kind of sad, though. Oh, here it is. Where's my sound?
To the show. In our top story tonight, a Fallon mother says her daughter's deadly crash in 2022 was not just a tragic accident. It was preventable. I have more on how she says investigators failed to hold the responsible party accountable, and the case needs to be reopened. Jessica Gomez died on this highway in October of 2022. Her family believes the crash that took her life was avoidable, and the investigation that followed was flawed from the start. Her family returns often to grieve and remember.
God, she was funny.
They've turned this roadside into a memorial, and now they're turning their focus towards justice. It was a Sunday afternoon on Highway 50. Jessica Gomez was heading westbound when a commercial drilling rig swerved into her lane. The crash was catastrophic and fatal. When Jessica's mother received the news, all she wanted was to be by her daughter's side.
I already knew in my mind I just wanted to hold her hand one last time.
The driver of the rig, Jesus Augie Mariez Carrena, owns Wellsco Drilling. It was a blown front tire that caused the crash that investigators would later rule as an accident. But what Jessica's family has uncovered since makes them think this was negligence.
My daughter was more than what they referred to her as, a local from off the res.
The vehicle inspection forms show that the rig had mix-matched tires. The front tire that blew, a Falcon G368i, was 7.5 years old. According to the manufacturer, that tire should have been replaced or recapped at 6 years. It wasn't. And Jessica's family says the failure to address the issue is troubling.
There was a lot that happened out here that should never have happened.
In what the family points out as a pattern, just days after the crash, Augie was cited for equipment violations in another state and was found to be operating without a valid commercial license.
I made the public records request and they came back with a whole bunch of speeding citations using red fuel, brake violations, overweight violations.
Adding to their frustration, toxicology records also show THC in Augie's system. Under federal regulations, any amount of THC disqualifies a CDL holder. Jessica's parents wonder why he isn't behind bars.
If it would have been me driving that truck and I blew out a front tire and I came across center line and killed somebody and then I test positive for THC, I think I'd be in prison right now for felony DUI.
According to a federal lawsuit filed by the family, they allege their 14th Amendment rights, specifically the right to equal protection under the law, were violated. The complaint claims that Officer Sergeant Brian Kavanaugh, who was in charge of the investigation, appeared to be familiar with the driver of the drilling rig.
He knew the guy by his nickname, not by the name, so obviously he knew him at some personal level well enough to know he was called Augie.
Augie? Yeah. Okay. I didn't know his name. Malsko, right? Yeah.
Her family is now calling on Nevada State Police to reopen the investigation and bring in outside eyes to ensure transparency.
She shouldn't be dead, Augie. She should be alive. She should be here with us today. And she died for the price of a steering tire.
I've spoken with Augie and he declined to comment, saying this has all been put to rest. NHP has also been very responsive and provided all records requests. But with potential litigation pending, they are unable to comment at this time. The first of 200 of 700 U.S. Marines hit the streets of Los Angeles.
That's our girl, Taylor Burke. Oh my God, woman, God love you. Thank you, Taylor Burke.
Deployed those troops.
Oh my gosh.
But just a few hours later, a federal appeals